Elkton is the birthplace of Bristow. Benjamin Helm Bristow, 1832 to 1896, was a federal officer and staunch Unionist during secession. Active recruiter of 25th Volunteer Militia, of which he was Lieutenant Colonel in 8th Kentucky Cavalry, which he served as Colonel at Fort Donelson and Shiloh battles in 1862. A leader in capture of Morgan and Raiders in 1863. He was elected state senate while still in office, or still in field, in 1863. Over here, practiced law here until 1858, and from 1866 to 1870, U.S. Attorney for District of Kentucky. First U.S. Solicitor General, and as Secretary of Treasury, he exposed frauds in whiskey ring operating in Midwest. In 1876, he lost the Republican presidential nomination to Rutherford B. Hayes, leading member of Kentucky Bar Association, until 1878, when he moved to New York. This is Bristow, the lawyer, Benjamin Bristow. Let's go. Welcome, good people, to another P9 vlog. I am your host, P9, and I am in the city of Elkton, Kentucky. Elkton is a home rule class city and county seat of Todd County in the western portion of the state. I'm right over here outside the Todd County Farmers Bureau, and we're gonna make our way into the public square, which is downtown Elkton. And check us out, we got a farm, we got a tractor right there. Yeah, you know, we're in Kentucky. When you see farm equipment being operated on a public road. Remember last time I saw that was when I was in Nebraska, almost a year ago. But yeah, here we are in Elkton, Kentucky. We got another piece of farm equipment ready rolling down the street. But yes, what I want to mention also, when you hear that word home rule class city, a home rule class city is what makes Kentucky distinctive amongst the other 49 states. Basically, a home rule class city is where a city can operate under a mayor, council, and also have a city manager and a city commission. So that's what a home rule class city is. And the majority of the cities in the state of Kentucky have that type of, you know, setup and whatnot. So I just wanted to point that out. But I'm right here in public square. Really nice, partly cloudy day right here in Kentucky. And to give a little background of the city, it was founded by Major John Gray, rather, and it was established by the State Assembly in 1820. And it was named Elkton because there was a large presence of elk that gathered right here in the city, in the present day city. So here's some nice little establishments over here. This is the L&R Soda Bar and Entry, or Eatery rather. And I take it that it's called the L&R due to its location near the Louisville and Nashville Railroad. Then again, it might not be named after that because that's the L&N. So, excuse me on that one. We have a Mexican restaurant right over here called El Torito. Nice. And we have the radio station, the local radio station, WEKT, right here. Got a little thrift store right here as well. And look at this. Elkton Cash Grocery. Back in the day, they had what was called the Royal Crown Colas. 12 ounces. They sold them by 12 ounces for 5 cents. Best Buy Elkton Taste Test. Okay. The Royal Crown Colas. I wonder if they still sell those colas in like vintage stores. You know, some of those stores that sell those old vintage, you know, like sodas and candies and whatnot. Nancy's Flour and Gifts. Okay, so you got a nice arrangement of locally owned establishments over here. Let me continue over this way towards the courthouse. I'm gonna go to the courthouse once I circle the public square or make my rounds around the public square. And this right here is Elkton City Hall. So you definitely got plenty of shade over here. They did a nice job in the design of this building with this roof right here, this covering. Provides a lot of shade, that's for sure. Got the nice chairs sitting out front so you can get comfortable. You're trying to beat the heat for a little while. Elkton Police Department right here. And here goes the Elkton City Hall. So all the city services the municipal services are provided right here in this building. And check this building out right here. Jesse's Heating and Air, something special, gifts and such. So look at this old sign right here. This classic vintage sign says Hotel Jefferson Davis, excuse me, no vacancy. Hotel Jefferson Davis. and I'll take it that it was occupied, and it was this actual building right here where these locally owned establishments are now occupied. So I think that's really cool that they have the sign still up there to signify its historical significance right here in the Elkton Historic District. And we also come across this mural that spells out Elkton. And of course, they're going to have, and then these letters, they're going to have all type of illustrations of things that signify the culture right here in Elkton. You have the farm animals. Of course, Western Kentucky is known for its farmland. So you have the farm animals right there, the sheep, the pig, the chicken, rooster, and the cow. And it looks like you have a 3-string instrument, which I believe is the banjo. And you have what looks like a milkshake. Yeah, that's dope. Musical notes. That's really cool. I believe that's the bluegrass music, if I'm not mistaken. Real big right here in Kentucky. And this is another like farm, it looks like. So far we covered the E, the L, and the K. And we have what looks like a historical church right here in the T. And we have the cardinal, which is a state bird right here in Kentucky, right here in the O. It's really dope. And then in the N, you have the American flag with the fireworks, which signifies the 4th of July. Okay, so it spells out Elkton. Now, I wonder who did this mural. I don't see any information on it right here. But it's really nice. It's really dope. Shout out to the mural artist for that. Very creative. Fourth of July is like literally a month from today. So you're gonna see a lot of like merchandise that we sold with 4th of July, American flags, and things of that nature. They have a pawn shop right here. Outfitters, local boy outfitters. Hip, but it's find these styles and more at Hip Harvest. So this is more like a display of items that they sell over at the Hip Harvest. That's where I passed by earlier. I think that was pretty dope. So the Hip Harvest is by the soda fountain that I passed by, the L&R soda fountain, and the Weathers drugstore. It's in that same building. Finally getting ready to cross over to this courthouse, county courthouse. This courthouse was built in 1835. So a pre-Civil War structure, as you can see right here. And also what you have a checkerboard, some seating. That's pretty dope. They got a seating with a checkerboard. So you can sit outside the courthouse and indulge in a game of checkers. And let's get some insight on the county named Elkton, or the county named Todd, rather. The county named Todd was founded in 1819, a year before Elkton was established. And former Colonel John Todd, who was born in Pennsylvania in 1750, he partook in the Battle of Point Pleasant, 1774. He also came to Kentucky in 1775, in the Virginia legislature in 1776, and he was on an expedition led by General George Rogers Clark that captured Illinois country from British, 1778, named civil commandant of Illinois County. Virginia legislature, 1780, procured land grants for public schools, and he was killed at Blue Licks in August of 1782. But that is Colonel John Todd, who is the namesake of the county of Todd County. And also, I want to add on to that, I want to mention that in my Henderson, Kentucky vlog, that Kentucky was also not only was the site for the Lewis and Clark expedition, or part of the trail and everything, it was also part of the Trail of Tears. Remember, the Cherokees were led out of most of the southeastern United States, particularly Alabama, Georgia, and even some in Mississippi, Tennessee, and Kentucky. And the Trail of Tears came through western Kentucky. It also went through Henderson, which I pointed out in my Henderson, Kentucky vlog that I did a few months back. So I thought I'd point that out. But yeah, check this out. This is what Elkton is named after. It's named after a series of elk, a herd of elk that was discovered right here in the town. And this is a sculpture of an elk right here. And called Elkton for the large herds, one drawn to a salt lick. Elkton began as a small settlement just west of Elk Fork Creek, located east of the current public square. In March 1819, Thomas Garvin and Thomas Jameson laid on the original 18-lot plat of the town of Elkton. However, most believe the town officially commenced on May 8, 1820, when Elkton was designated as the county seat of Todd County. And the town of Elkton was formally established by an act of the Kentucky legislature on December 9th, 1820. And this statue was donated by Elkton Mayor Arthur Green in commemoration of Elkton's bicentennial, which took place in 2020. So yeah, 2020 was a crazy year, but it was also the bicentennial as far as the city of Elkton. So you had the bicentennial for Elkton in 2020 and the COVID outbreak in 2020. Crazy, huh? But shout out to Elkton Mayor Arthur Green for donating this really nice sculpture right here. And that clock up there is called the Henry Ross Bell Jr. MD Memorial Clock, which was dedicated December 9th of 2006. So it's a really nice clock up there. The Henry Ross Bell Jr. clock. So not only does the county courthouse serve as the courthouse right here on the public square, it also serves as the Welcome Center. And you have right here in front a memorial of the sons and daughters of Elkton and Todd County, those who lost their lives in battle and survived the perils of combat. Our utmost respect. And this was dedicated by the grateful citizens of this community in November of 1999. And you can see the flags right here. You can see the Commonwealth of Kentucky flag on the far right. Of course, the American flag in the middle. And the POW, the Prisoner of War's MIA flag at the far left. So really nice to sit right here in front of the courthouse, right here in Todd County. So you're gonna get one more look at the establishments across the street. Again, you have the L&R Soda Bar and Eatery. You have the Weathers Drugs at the far right, Weathers Drug Store, which was established in 1875. So what's that now, 150 years that they've been in operation? That's an extremely long time for a drugstore. So they kept it in the family, which is really dope, for 150 years. I always found that very interesting and very commendable, you know. But that will conclude the vlog of Elkton, Kentucky. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. And if you made it this far, make sure you hit the like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. And once you hit the notification bell, make sure you put all. And also, if you're feeling generous, feel free to donate to either the PayPal or the Buy Me a Coffee. Links will be in the description box as well as in my bio. Any donation, big or small, will greatly be appreciated, and donations will go back into the channel as far as content creation. So that being said, good people, thanks again for tuning in. See you guys on the next one. Peace.